Hi there. Good morning. It is Chris Conroy, Executive Vice President, Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Pleased to be joined here with Mr. Dave Pemper. Morning, Dave.
Hello. Good morning. How are you doing?
Great. And hey, thanks all for
Good.
joining today's program. We're pleased to have Dave Pemper feature the Retirement Boss radio program. So we'll be talking about that here in just a few minutes. Again, thanks for everybody. We appreciate opportunity to spend a little time with you this morning, talk about this great program, great way to connect with clients, find new customers, ultimately help them with their financial service needs. So thanks so much. We'll do a quick commercial, a little bit about IAMS. You know, a lot of you are familiar with us that have joined us today. Some of you might be newer to who our company is. So, one of the leading independent marketing organizations in the business focused on annuities and life insurance. So we're pleased to run through that a little bit today, and let's get going. So, one of the first things for those who are newer producers to us, we like to talk about our new producer builders program. So for your business first 6 months, you have the opportunity as you do more business, annuity and or factored target, the opportunity to get some additional marketing support. So it could be a mailer, iPad, just for a $100,000 case, $750 cash. So a good way to kind of get a jump start here. You can see the levels all the way up to $1 million. So we have a lot of different programs. Very, very extensive marketing and lead programs is a core part of who we are. So we can help your business in growing it with a lot of different programs. So just know this is available for those newer producers. Also, we have a referred producer program. So as you refer agents over to us, opportunity to get a one-time bonus plus additional quarterly paid out bonuses on that business, and then a marketing reimbursement program. So as you write more business here, you'll have the opportunity to get a budget here essentially to help spend towards growing your business. And we won't go into detail about those marketing programs. We do these kind of webinars every day, so you get a chance if you want to check out more details about some of those new lead marketing programs. But just know as you write business here, we win when you win. So we like to provide that marketing budget so you can grow your business. Firelight, I think a lot of you in the industry are familiar with Firelight with insurance technologies. We have our own instance of Firelight, and for the annuity side of the business, most of the carriers are on this system. It's essentially an electronic app system, makes your life easier, makes the carrier's life easier, and us too. So indeed, those cases get pushed along, it's streamlined. So we're pleased to have that technology just to make your business easier. If you have more questions about that, how easy it is, I encourage you, if you haven't done one, talk to our team. Your sales director can walk you through it, make sure the first case or two goes very easy, and just make your life easier. Again, getting the case across finish line much, much easier. And then our creative marketing team. So as I mentioned, here's just a quick snapshot of a few of those programs that we have available. So certainly, the traditional kind of turnkey solutions, whether it's a flyer, handout, newsletter, that kind of thing, agency solutions, branding out for logos, brochures, and so forth. And then where we've seen a lot of the success with some of our best producers is on the digital front. So online projects, imagine we can help you build websites, a social media strategy, email campaigns, drip nurture, and so forth. So we have a wealth of resources available to you. Much of this is available free of charge just by signing up to do business with us through our IAMS Inc. website. In addition, we have a extensive lead vendor program where we have many available programs through, say, a White Glove, Sterling, and Para, Sofa, other lead programs. So great ways to connect with clients in addition to what we'll be covering today. Retirement Analyzer, we have a lot of different tools available to you just by doing business. One of them is Retirement Analyzer. Great software tool to help explain to clients essentially when they would be scheduling to run out of money, and by repositioning certain things, taking some tax planning strategies, find some opportunities for clients to extend their retirement portfolio. And we take care. We like to have our best customers certainly reward, recognize you. So we have our top producers event. The next one coming up is the Greenbrier. The Greenbrier is a top class resort. So you see qualification dates there and the premium amounts that would be required to attend that. So interested in that or close to qualifying, we certainly encourage you to reach out to your sales director. We get you more details, but just know that's a big part of who we are. Now just 4 million points. So we moved this to the green bar and lower the qualification a little bit. Life and Annuity Academy. So this is something we've been doing for 18 years now. Dave Pemper himself is one of our featured keynote speakers at this program. So we do these academies usually 3-4 a year. Matter of fact, we have one coming up real soon with Athene, June 15, 16, 17. Good way to connect with other top producers, keynote speakers, hear about our marketing and lead programs. This is one in partnership with Athene at their home office in West Des Moines, all expense paid. We cover that. So I'm going to launch a quick poll here. If you're interested in attending at a Life and Annuity Academy, again, we have one June 15, 16, 17 in West Des Moines in partnership with Athene, who's the #1 FIA carrier in the industry. You're interested knowing a little bit more about this. Maybe it's a fit for you. Not too late to register. We probably got about a week to go. If you can't make this one, just know we have additional ones coming. We'll probably have another 1 or 2 in the fall. So if you're interested in that, I know I close this poll down here real soon as we move on. But if you're interested in attending that Life and Annuity Academy, great way to up your game, kind of see what the best new marketing and lead programs are, understand complex kind of products out there, and really take your game to your practice to the next level. So I'll close that down. And with that, I'm going to give Mr. Dave Pemper here control. And again, appreciate Dave's been one of our best customers for so many years. Thanks so much, Dave, for joining us Friday, and I'll hand it off to you.
Bet. You bet. I've got the skinny head going there. So let me see if I can go in, find out where. I don't seem to have it, Chris. I'm looking here.
The presentation?
Well, I got the presentation. I just don't. Let me see if I can just forward it that way. Nope, I can't. I don't think I can forward it on my part yet. So I probably don't have it.
Okay.
Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? If you want to do it, that's fine.
Forward so you can just key me in. So with that,
wonderful. Okay, good. Yeah. So my name is Dave Pemper. Been in the business. Gosh, I hate to even say this. For 41 years, since July the 9th of 81, it'll be actually 41 years. I do a lot of fixed indexed annuity business because I work with a lot of people that are rolling over money, rolling over 401ks, IRAs, Roths. It's that pre-retired or just retired crowd. I certainly do also some security business and have my licenses there. I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of marketing. In my marketing programs right now, 2 of my big marketing programs that bring in appointments are Retirement Boss Radio and also with Social Security seminars, which I have them every month virtually, except for maybe a month or 2 in the winter and maybe December, depending on how my December is lining up. Marketing is the key in our business. If you can have all the knowledge in the world, you can be the best closer in the world, you can just be the best guy or gal in the world. But if you're not in front of people, you're not going to be making money. It's just that simple. So let's go into the next slide. Oh, I did you give me controls? I do see it now. Let me see if that right there. Beautiful. I do have controls. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go back one. If I can. There we go. So you ask yourself, why radio? You know why? Baby boomers listen to radio. Tons of it. Might be different for millennials or the X's, Zen, Z's, whatever the other younger people are. They might be into podcasts and other things, but tons of people listen to AM radio in particular. At medium age of 61, that's perfect. That's just right when they're starting to think about retiring. Radio reaches more Americans each week than any other platform, including your smartphone and computer. How wild is that? It really does solidify yourself as an expert. I mean, I do a lot of seminars. I have expertise, but when you're on radio, you kind of have that people look up to you, whether they warrants that or not. In news talk radio, it's hot, no doubt. It's hot. Rush Limbaugh now is no longer because he's deceased, but they've taken over that show. It still has one of the top, if not the top, listenership in any kind of a radio show in the nation. Glenn Beck, Kim Camano, Dave Ramsey, They normally are during the week, and we come on the weekend. There are some syndicated shows, pickup shows on the weekend, but that's when financial advisors, insurance agents, that's when we're able to get on the Saturday or Sunday. That celebrity status is interesting because people will come in and say, that was you on the radio, right? Yeah, that was me. So it's just kind of interesting of just the mood that is set when you're on the radio. Let me tell you about our show. It's called Retirement Boss Radio, which is trademarked. Take charge of your money, which is trademarked. Uh, we're branding this. I was the originator creator of Retirement Boss Radio, but we have a sole agreement with Insurance Agency Marketing Services, which Chris is one of the execs there, and we don't do this outside of IAMS, Insurance Agency Marketing Services. So we're only the IAMS producers, which is kind of cool. This is a recorded show. It's an hour show. You record actually each week a half an hour. You pick up another half hour show from a week previous. So in the beginning, you got to do 2, 3, 4 shows to kind of get it launched out. I am the coach, so I listen to the show, critique the show, give you ideas. We actually coach. One of the major things about this show, I just coached this morning on a new Retirement Boss Radio down in Kentucky, but Social Security is a big pull. And I will tell you this, I have an hour show every week. So that's every week you're on for an hour. We try to get this first or second largest radio station in your area. And what happens is that I'd like to get 10 appointments a month from radio. 10 appointments a month. And that's also my goal for seminars, 10 appointments a month. I want 20 set appointments. Have I been averaging more than that? Yes. In fact, last week, and this is a bit out of the ordinary, but I had 6 set appointments from radio. Well, there's just no way I'm going to sit down with 6 people and not do business with at least 1 or 2 of them. And they're calling me. They want to see me. So Social Security is a big draw. So we coach you up on Social Security. I do with no charge to yourself. IAMS pays me to coach you on Social Security claiming. So really, it's kind of a win-win situation. Is that you coached up on Social Security and you're on the radio getting appointments. So first thing is I'm the coach. I oversee the entire thing. Our office, we got 3 administrators, and Lynn Feldhauser does a great job. She's your mainstay of an administrator. She gets all the information out to you. Your really only upfront charge is just you got to buy a professional mic, headphones, and a little sound box. It's about $225 worth of equipment, but you can record this right from your own home or office, or even from your car. If you've got Wi-Fi, you could do it. Now, what happens is the phase of this is the most important thing in the cost to Retirement Boss Radio is the radio station. And it's a lot like real estate, location for real estate. With a radio station, you have to find the right radio station, meaning enough people are listening to that time slot so the right station at the right time at the right price. And we can do that about 50%, 60% of the time. There are times we just can't find any spots or any times that are worthwhile. We had one that this person I was looking for in Kentucky was the number 1 station. They wanted 3 times of what it was worth. Well, just isn't worth it. Your return on investment is not going to be good enough to be able to do that. We found another radio station almost as good with a much more competitive pricing. So that's the first thing. We have a media buyer that goes out and does that. He has over 750 shows every single week that people are listening to his radio, and he does some television also that he has purchased time for. The second thing is that's very important is the production company. Well, they supply a co-host. We use the same co-host with all of the people who do it. That coach has been around. He's been in radio for over 30 years. He's excellent at what he does. It really he's a color guy. Keeps the show going. We get show notes from them. I redo the show notes. I have a broker dealer, and just so if you don't, it makes it much easier if you're insurance or RIA. But I have to make sure everything's compliant for the broker dealer. And I tell you things you can say and can't say on radio. Want to make sure you don't get in trouble. But you don't read the show notes. The show notes there, you could, but we don't want you to because you tell you're reading. But if you practice ahead of time, I normally take 45 minutes to an hour every single week to go over my show notes and really get comfortable with them. And then when I record on Monday morning, very very first thing at 8 o'clock. Now, what happens is that production company also takes it. If you have any bloopers, if you have any, hey, let's do it over, if you have mistakes, they can rewind it and cut it over. I've even cut a whole show over that I didn't like. So it isn't like you're live because you're not. It's recorded, which is very important. Then they edit it, they mix it, they take out, if the telephone rang in the background, they take out any noise, and it sounds virtually perfect when they get done. They limit it to exactly 1 hour. Off it goes to the radio station. So that's the production company. Because it's a recorded show, we do open up the phone lines 4 times in an hour. And when the people call in, they call into a live call center. And that's a high touch inbound call center they call into. And we have electronic calendars. They're simple calendars, but they hook up to our calendar and it hooks up to their calendar so they know the time periods that are available. And we block off for 6 weeks every Friday. Now, this is not our main CRM, but we give off of that our CRM of what appointments I have. They don't know the names of it; they just know it's blocked off. And mine's even more complicated because I'm in Fremont one day and 30 miles away. I'm in Omaha one day for offices, and they hardly ever mix it up. Then we call everybody on Monday morning. My show's at 12 o'clock on Sunday, and I got 6 appointments last week. Can you believe? I mean, that's just a lot of appointments to have in 1 week time period. If you have any questions, absolutely bring them up and let me know. It's a turnkey system, even though it sounds complicated. It's a turnkey system. So this program it follows a process, and that's very very important. Okay. Hey Chris, for some reason I can't up my next slide here. I don't know why. Are you still there, Chris, or not? There you go. Maybe I can do it now. Good. Okay, so I did that. Let me go another one. Yeah, those are the call sheets you get. So when a person calls on in, what happens is that turning 59 soon, hasn't settled on someone yet, meaning an advisor, has a 401k that is 7-figure, and also questions about Social Security. He had almost $1 million in his 401k. We get that over email right when they come in from the call center. So, on Sunday, if I'm playing golf or after church, it's like Christmas every Sunday. If you go to www.retirementbossradio.com, www.retirementbossradio.com, that's our website. It has all of my newest podcasts, and half an hour actual podcasts from every single show. I say podcasts, they're into a podcast, but of course they're radio shows, and you can get an idea kind of that star power. The cost, I tell you, the average cost is going to be somewhere normally between $3,000 and $4,000 a month, all in, total cost. There are locations available, not every location, but there are locations available. I train you up on normally 3 coaching sessions geared around Social Security claiming if you don't know it, and of course on radio marketing of the ins and outs and the phrases to use and what's the hot topics, etc. It's called Studio in a Box, which is a professional microphone, professional headphones, and a sound box. Yeah, that costs about $225. That's your only upfront cost, and that you own that. But how all the components work together, it's pretty cool. I mean, the end result is success for yourself. Al Jolson's an old actor way back when, and in the silent movies actually. But he said, I'd like to do radio just like pictures leave the imperfect stuff on the cutting room floor. Well, the amazing thing is you can, because it's recorded. It's not live, and that's a big, big deal. Okay? There's an old saying, it says, procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop. And tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow never comes. I will tell you right now, if you heard something today, or if you're in a lull in your marketing, you want more appointments. I am, I mean, I am stacked up to the gills on appointments. It's a bit of a pay to play, whether you do seminars, whether you do Retirement Boss Radio, but we're paying to get people in front of us. And believe me, the way we're compensated, you don't need to work with a lot. You just don't. And from radio, my goal is to get in 750,000 a month, up to a million from my radio appointments, and to do business with them. Chris, put up the poll, please, right now. And we're going to put a poll up, and it will say, would you like more information on Retirement Boss Radio? And if you do, mark yes. And we will certainly, Brady Pelzer will give you a call, and we'll get a good time for yourself and myself. And believe me, this is a low-key phone call. We're just trying to find out what you're doing for marketing, and if radio could be something that could fit into your budget, but especially fit into your marketing plan to get you in front of more appointments. I coach people hands one-on-one. I've coached for over 35 years. I've been coaching in this some type of coaching in this business. I like what I do, even though I'm an older guy. I've got a lot of enthusiasm about the financial service arena, whether it be straight insurance agents or whether it be wealth management also. But I work with that insurance agent to get them, just as many appointments as is possible. So if you've never thought about radio because you thought it was so astronomically expensive or complicated, I'll take that complicated subject and make it much easier for you to understand. And I've seen all-in pricing of as low as 2,500 on smaller communities. You need to be at 100,000 people or larger to be able to use retirement radio. But if you mark yes, we will certainly give you a call back today, and take the call, because when Brady calls, he's busy, you're busy. Yeah, but we'll get you set up on my calendar. Hey, Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you. See if there's any questions
Yeah.
that have come up, and then we'll say adios and sign off.
Yeah, and I'll just again, we got this poll question up. Go ahead and answer yes or no. We appreciate your feedback there. I guess Dave, you've had a lot of success with this. I mean, some people say, can I be successful doing that? The answer is yes. And what you have here is a turnkey program that's had proven results. So, and I encourage you, check yes if you have any interest. Certainly, we can have you follow up just to see if it's a good fit for you. And then, I would say, I mean, what we have here is an easy program.
Can you put the poll back up,
Yeah, let me
Chris?
share that again. Sure. Just
Yeah,
a second.
I'd like to keep it up there while we're talking.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to keep that back up there.
In fact, maybe everybody said yes. Now that's how many people. Yeah, so everybody that was on, everyone said yes today. That's
Yeah,
the poll.
there you go. Very good.
You don't. So good. So yeah. So I will just say this: Retirement Boss Radio, being a radio co-host, some people are scared. When you have redos on every show, you can redo anything you want to. You can stop. I want to do that. Stop. I shouldn't have said that. Stop. Yeah. I mean, there are some shows I don't ever go back. Some shows I'll go back 3-4 times and say, cut that out. Let's start over again. Cut that out. So it's very, and the production company makes you sound good. And you don't have to sound just like Dave Pimper. You have your own style. You have your own voice. I certainly I got a great radio face. So that's why I'm not on TV. I'm strictly on radio. But it's been very, very good to me. My production in the last couple of years, because of working this show, it's up. My production is going to be up nearly 50% in the last 3 years from working the show from 3 years ago. So, and I've had increases every single year. Right through the pandemic, radio was extremely strong. Not my seminar marketing, because we had to go virtual, but face to face, everybody was listening to the radio, and there's a lot of people now. Radio is a powerful medium, isn't it, Chris?
It is, yeah. It's one of those things. If you build your identity around it, you become the foremost expert in your community. So it's something that's very memorable, kind of sticks people's brain. Dave, I might ask you just one question. It looks like we have here is, I mean, the question is like for you, what have you found is the most important thing for you personally to have success with radio? And I know just talk with others, sometimes it's
Yep.
it's kind of the consistency,
Yep.
meaning don't expect you do a program for a month and you're going to get 20 leads overnight. So, I mean,
Right.
what would
You're
you
right.
say would be a key that you've had success in with radio?
Yep. No, you hit the first thing. You have to be patient. This is more of a slow cooker crock pot than it is a microwave oven when it comes to getting response. But I will, because my first three shows I did not get a call, and then I got two my fourth one, got three my second, and then I was off to the races. Things went really good after. I would say another thing is too, when you get your show notes, a lot of people, not our people, but a lot of people in the radio business that they're doing this, they get the show notes and they look at them a minute beforehand and off they go. I take and I practice and I rehearse and I change some things, and maybe like us, this Chris and my son is running our Medicare shop now.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
we used to never do any Medicare, so I like to bring up Medicare in each in each hour show. What happens is Medicare might be mentioned once every 2 months from the show notes, but then I look at what we do specifically and I want to bring it on up into the show, so I make some notes on that. So what happens is I follow a track, and I think that the most important thing. Sometimes people think they get smarter than what history says. Why recreate the wheel? Just go in and take the wheel and ride with it. So I think one of the big things is the show notes. They work, and I've done over 200 shows, since I started this, and we've had some very good success. And some people that have worked with us have had very good success. So I would say it is the consistency, persistency, but it's also not trying to recreate something that's working right now.
Yeah, Dave, I was going to say, I know you coaching a lot of other advisors out there with their, doing the radio program. And it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of something I learned in this business 25 years ago when I got it is the KISS strategy. Keep it simple, stupid,
You're
And
right.
so don't try
You're
to
right.
overcomplicate it. And then, and I know that's some advice you give to a lot of people you're coaching is, stick with, you don't try to overcomplicate it. Understand, that people, you talk a little bit, Dave. I mean, people may not listen to the whole program end to end and necessarily digest 100% of it, and that's part of why you want to keep the message fairly simple, right?
Yep. So it's an hour show. So every 15-minute block, it, very few people listen for an hour. Tons of people listen for 10, 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15 minutes. So every 15-minute block, I want to make sure that we say our phone number, which is a toll-free number. Might be 800, might be 888, might be 866, might be 877, but it's a toll-free number. All of them end in 2677, which is BOSS for Retirement Boss Radio. Like my phone number is 888-975-2677. And then I'll say, folks, it's toll-free, 888-975 BOSS. BOSS. We say that number every 15 minutes, at least 2 times in the show, and then at the end uh, of every 15 minutes, we do an offer, and our offer is they get this and this and this, and so it's very well thought out. It's a track. If you work the track, you'll have a very good chance of being successful if you don't give up too early. And we tell people you've got to at least go out 3 to 4 months. Once you're out 3 or 4 months, and you know what? If it's $3,000 a month, I mean that's $9,000 or $12,000 worth of commitment. But just yesterday, I did 210,000, and let's just say that was five. I do some managed money, so there's no upfront on that. But let's say it was just all at 5%. I mean, that's 10 grand. That's one deal that covered me for radio for the next 3 months. I mean, it's just because we're in the business, as you know, Chris. If you're doing business, we're compensated very well for what we do compared to other businesses. It doesn't. You don't have to have a lot to make 10, 12, $15,000, and that's exactly what Retirement Boss Radio is doing for myself and a lot of other folks. It's a great way to get in front of people and to to market yourself and to brand yourself. If you have not looked at radio before, absolutely, hopefully you marked yes as everybody did. we can talk and see what happens.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. I mean, we know we work with thousands of producers here, and lead generation is the key to this business. To be able to get in front of more clients, this is a great way to do it on a consistent basis, with kind of a known fixed cost to run the business. Don't feel
It is.
like you
Yeah.
need to have the best radio voice either. So you can learn that too along the way. Dave can be a great coach there. So I encourage people. We'll be following up with you. The other phone number I would make sure I put out there, I'll scroll all the way up to the front, is our phone number here at Insurance Agency Marketing, top right there, 800-255-5055. You'll be getting a call from Brady and others about following up on this program. So we appreciate just a few minutes to chat with you. We'll definitely, those folks that were interested, we're excited about, sharing more information about Dave Pemper's radio program. And but I just want to say thank you, Dave. Appreciate your time this
Oh,
morning.
you bet. And Chris, it was my pleasure. Kind of the first time we've worked together on a webinar, and I just want to let you know, and I'll kind of end it on this and throw it back to you. I really like quotes, and there's a entrepreneur businessman. His name is Biz Stone, B-I-Z Stone, S-T-O-N-E. So this is a great quote to leave on. It says, "Timing, perseverance, and 10 years of trying will eventually make you look like an overnight success." And
Right.
I love that quote because things don't happen just like the very first show, the very second show, but once you're doing it for 4, 5, 6, 7 shows, 2, 3, 4 months, it starts building and people start listening, and that's where the success really comes in. If you haven't thought about radio, do so. We'll talk, and hope you guys have a really great weekend.
I appreciate it again, Dave, for your time. Thank you, everybody who joined us this morning. And you all have a great weekend. Look forward to working with you. Take care.
Bye now.